best seat in the house. It really is. You know, Michael Jr., we were actually talking before. You actually discovered your comedic talent, what, when a piece of film broke? Tell me about that.
You know, yeah, I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I was watching with me and my friends were at a movie theater, and we were watching the movie, and all of a sudden the screen the movie stopped right in the middle, and then the house lights came on, and my friend, this German exchange student, he said to me, "I dare you go tell a joke." Like, that's the best German I got. Anyway.
That was German?
Yeah, that was German or Mexican, I don't know. Anyway, he dared me to go tell a joke, and at the time, you know, I'm like 18 years old. If you dare me to do anything, I'm gonna do it.
That's right.
So I went up there and I told this joke. Now, at the age of 14, I decided to not use any foul language, to stop cursing completely. Sure. I didn't know anything about Jesus at this time. We just decided that, me and a friend. Yeah. So I went up there and I knew this joke. It was a dirty joke, and I'd already cleaned it up in my mind. I went up there and I told this joke, and all these people laughed and they enjoyed it, and I felt a high for the first time ever in my life. I've never done any drugs or anything like that, but I felt this sensation. Then I went and sat down, and these security comes running in to kick me out. They were looking for me, and then this lady, this white lady who I didn't even know, stood up and said, "If you kick that young man out, I want my money back."
Yeah.
And then these biker dudes with long hair and tattoos said the same thing.
Yeah.
And then these black people, I was like, wow, all I did was give them a little part of me, and they gave me all this love in return. So it was like huge. And in retrospect, I can clearly see that was God saying, I have something for you to do.
Quickly, how did you come to the Lord? What really? Jesus.
You know what? I had a manager. I did a show. George Wallace, who you've had on the show before. Sure. George Wallace saw me in New York City, and he said to me, "Wow, you're very funny. Why don't you curse?" And I was like, "I don't know. What if my grandmother walked in?" I said, "I don't know."
Yeah.
I didn't have any. Right. So, and then he asked me to do a show. He said, "You're so funny. I want you to do a show with me and my best friend." His best friend was Jerry Seinfeld.
Wow.
So he took me, him, and Jerry went and did the show. I had a show. I ripped. It was a phenomenal show. After I got like 2 standing ovations. Afterwards, my manager walks up to me and says, "You want to go to church?" I was like, "Church? Did you see what just happened? What?"
Yeah.
I got 2 standing ovations. Am I sick? What do I got to go to church? Because I didn't know. I thought church was, because I always see the testimonies. People be like, "I almost died, then I found Jesus." I was like, "Well, you was going to meet the other dude if you didn't." Click. Like, I didn't know. Right? That's what I thought. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
So, and then he invites me to go to this, and then his fiance says, "You want to go to church with us?" His fiance was beautiful. Yeah. At this point, I didn't even know pretty people went to church. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know, because when I was 7 years old, when I was 7, all I saw was them. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I went to this church.
Yeah, runny out lady.
Right, exactly. Hey, your hair over here, but you over, I don't know what. Anyway, so it was really scary. And then I go to this church, Christian Culture Center, Brooklyn, New York.
Woo! A.R. Bernard, man.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing it. I mean, this dude is talking
phenomenal.
about Jesus, and that's all he doing. He talking. He not screaming. He not yelling. He don't got no perm. He just talking about, and he just talk. And then he did an altar call. Yeah. And he said, "If you want to give Jesus into your life, just come on down." And I wanted to go down, but I said, "No, I'm not gonna go. I wouldn't." Because I said I got to read the pamphlet first. I don't know what this is about. I don't know.
That's right. You have the instruction manual.
So I told myself I was going to read the whole Bible before I went to the altar call. So I'm reading the whole Bible. I got the part about the job, which was really confusing, right? And I kept reading. I kept reading, and I kept going to church. I kept reading, and I kept going to church. Then I got to the part in Matthew where it said that Jesus Christ died for me. Right. I'm 27 years old at this point. I didn't even know that Jesus died for me until I read it right there. I'd been to church, I'd seen this stuff on TV, but none of it was clear enough for me to receive it until I read it myself right there. Wow. 27 years old. And then I read it, I didn't even know he died. Then I turned to Mark, and he died again. I was like, what? What's going on? I don't know. Then he died in Luke and John. I was like, when they gonna learn? What they doing? Man. Right? Then I get to Revelations.
Gonna learn?
I'm like, it was confused. They should let you know what's going. Then I got to Revelations. I got all scared. I'm flipping off fast. And then when I finally go to church on this Sunday after I'm done reading the Bible, I run up to the altar during the announcements. I was like, "Hey, is Jesus here now? Or do I gotta wait to the end? Do I gotta wait?" And Dr. Bernard has made it so clear. I understand now that God is like a navigational device in your car.
Amen.
If it says go 10 blocks and turn left, and you go 10 blocks and turn right, He doesn't abandon what you need to do. Right. He just recalculates what you need to do to get to where you're supposed to be based upon where you are.
Amen. Wow.
Only problem is if we keep making the wrong turns, the road conditions are going to be different, and we're running out of time. So